My phone's freaking dead. Dead. Okay. Hopefully everyone makes it over. Yeah, I know. It goes dead when people call. It kills the live. Yeah. There's nothing I can do about that. I don't know why phones work like that. If you get a call when you're on live, it just, I don't know. Yes, we back. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. All right, I'll give it a second just to see who jumps back in, who got the, yeah. Hopefully everybody got the, yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. And usually when that happens, that this just, as soon as you guys start saying no sound, just know that I'm gonna cut the live and just start over and another one. Like it's not really, it's all we can do. And it's probably weird for people who are like watching the live later when it's not live, and then they're like, what? And then it cuts off and then they realize like, damn, I gotta go into another live that's only like a few minutes. What? It's like, yeah, if you want to get that. The last Cups card was the Page of Cups. Oh, the 10 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Again, it's just you and that other person. Nothing is tearing down your happiness. You guys are good. Whatever this is, you're still experiencing like a lot of good vibes. You're fine. What is that? The Fool. Yeah, like you again, even with the bottom of the deck, right? It's like you're still going towards you and this other person. It's like wee, like leaping towards that 10 of Cups, baby. It's like I feel great. I feel great. You're like, yo, man, we took some heavy hits this week. It's like, yeah, I know, but I still feel good. It's like this other person is like, how could you guys feel like that? This is terrible. And it's like, nah, it's not so bad. Liberia. Yes. Okay, so yeah, you're doing, I mean, all right, so we're just gonna, and again, like I said, it kept backing us into a corner where, like, Divine is making it more than clear. Like, well, just remember, right? Like, this person, they might try. They're not gonna be able to get a lot done without you. Okay, they're just like they keep reiterating that. It's like every turn they try to take, every secret shortcut, they hit a wall. They're gonna keep hitting walls. All right. Yes. Well, I don't know if you're talking about my childlike sense of wonder, but yes. Oh my gosh, look at these white hairs in my beard, you guys. What the heck? I'm looking at it through the screen and I'm like, what is that? And I'm like, is there something on my face? It's like, no, Natty, you're getting old. Accept it. Well, you back? Hey, Katrina. All right. 21 people. All right, I'm gonna start it up again. Yo. B man. Are you the girls them sugar also? Me, I don't want anything. You know how to give me. I mean, I don't want any. What do you mean? I don't want anything. Or unless you're talking to someone else in the chat. I mean, I'm not. You know, we spoke about this already. I would. I'm here as a messenger. Yeah, for sure. Run the likes up again. I didn't even see the likes in the last one, but you guys already know. Take the messages. Yes, run the likes up. It'll spread the live to more people and things like this. But it's really the messages. It's really the messages, guys. I'm just trying to get you the clarity. Okay. All right. Okay. So in the interim, someone again while they're in this angry energy and they're gonna turn to substance abuse. Could be drinking, smoking. Those are the ones that always come to mind first. But this could be anything. Someone could like be doom scrolling or like an excess of anything that's just not really healthy for the mind, the spirit. Like someone could just be caught in like a spaghettification. It's sort of like when you go into a black hole and you sort of get stretched out. It's like, again, experiencing the same thing for an extended period of time over and over. It seems like it should be different, but it's not. It's really the same thing that you're experiencing. So someone could just be turning to that sort of like feeling stretched or too far or stressed a little bit over whatever this is. They could be turning to, again, whatever vices whatever it is that they like. Someone could be excessively cleaning or cooking, or it doesn't necessarily have to be actual substance abuse like drugs, which are good, which are bad, drugs, Ask your mom or ask your dad. That song used to be crazy, and I feel like it created way more drug addicts than it prevented. Uh, it was like an infomercial thing they used to play, or a commercial they used to play all the time when we were in the 80s, not in the 90s when we were kids. And it's like I feel like it. I don't know. I don't feel like it helped. Oh, that's okay. A lot of people smoke. I'm from Canada. Smoking weed is legal. The government sell weed out here. They got the big buildings, and I'm in Montreal. It's called the SQDC, Society. What is it? Society Quebec. I don't remember, something like that. But yeah, they sell Kush out here too, though. Yeah, out to the store. It's $1 billion industry. Supposed you're making a lot of money. But the crazy thing is, they burn like, or I know, like last year or the year before, they burnt like over 70 million worth at the end. Like they had a bunch of surplus chronic, and they just set it ablaze. They do a lot of crazy things. But yeah, I mean, smoking weed is not like they say it's a gateway drug, but I feel like there are much worse things. I feel like alcohol is the number one gateway drug. It's the number one gateway drug. I can't stress that enough. But either way, while someone is in this energy, again, once again, it just keeps saying that you're fine, you're good, you're powerful. None of this can affect you. Clarity of mind, freedom of spirit. You're in a creative flow. Like this really is not bothering you. There's a stark contrast here. And again, someone may have to accept this. Again, the most practical application of intelligence in this situation would be to work with the person in power, the person with the most authority, or like that basically has their head on straight, which is looking like you. Right. So while this person, again, does their substance abuse thing, there could be some doom scrolling. There could be a lot of like, or this person could be like secretly looking up like ways to like get better faster. It's like watching, we used karate before. So let's say like this person's watching like karate videos on YouTube and like trying to learn a couple kicks before they see you the next time, like trying to show you something secret, like, oh, I'm learning too. I'm learning fast too. It's like, okay, so whatever it is that you're getting involved in, like again, you have a side project or you have experience in something else, or you got something else going on where this, again, it doesn't really affect you the same way. Now things in that area could become a little bit challenging, but it's nothing that you can't handle based off of your skill set though. So it's not like, it's just like things not being easy, but you being able to handle it, right? It's not like, oh, things are getting out of control, like this is becoming overwhelming, it's something that you can't handle. It's like, no, things even though things try to get like kind of wonky in a way that maybe tries to throw you off, again, you're super adaptable. And there's a thing where like your problems or your obstacles or the things that hold you back, they don't expect you to always show up all the time. It's like you do something today, you hit a brick wall. It's like whatever that obstacle is, it doesn't expect you to show up again the next day and attack it again and again and again until you find solutions. So there's something about your tenacity too, where like you just won't take no for an answer, or you just can't stay down. You just won't tap out. You're gonna wriggle your way out of that rear naked choke or whatever it is. You're getting out of that. You're not giving up. And this person knows that they got to team up with you, but again, it's going to disrupt their plans of being like a soloist and proving that they're just as good as everyone is with like without the training or whatever. Like they can just go out there and do the thing. Yeah, they're getting really upset, or they're going to be like for a while, like I said, where that the doom scrolling or the drinking or the smoking or whatever it is, they're going to be like really like in a not evil, or but they're going to be like in a dark place. They're going to be like definitely combating their ego for a while, like trying not to surrender. I won't close my head in surrender. But eventually it looks like they come around. Or they see the logic. They see the logic. But it makes sense because this person, like, again, they're fighting their ego. They're fighting it. There's a very strong will to surrender, but I feel like, again, with this red rose, it's like they yeah, clarity eventually comes to this person. They don't fully go down the dark path. Like I feel like they're gonna start to understand themselves. Yeah, they're gonna have to bite the bullet, a painful truth. I feel like again, there could be like a conversation where it becomes more than apparent to this person that yeah, they're part of the problem too, or like they're their main problem, or again, they're a problem too. You gotta, someone's got to admit that they again they're not perfect and they don't always get it right, and yeah, someone's gonna have to admit that. But it brings the situation into a better place, right? Now, time elapse. I'm seeing a lot of like brooding and poutiness. Like, there's no telling when someone will come around, but they eventually do come around. Okay, I know we've talked a lot today, but uh, conclusive? No, that's not a word. Well, in conclusion, it seems like eventually this person gets it. But again, this was like a big reading, so like it seems like a lot. Even if it's like a lot happens in one day, or like over a week, but again, a lot is gonna this person's gonna go through a lot, or a lot's gonna happen before like the breakthrough moment. Wow, this person, inner child healing. Yeah, like somebody's gotta like just accept the fact that they're not perfect, or they're not the best. Like it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's perfectly fine. It takes all types to win the championship. Again, not everyone on the team. There's not a full team of LeBron Jameses. Is everyone's got to play their part, right? Everyone's got a different look at Michael Jordan and John Paxson, and he did it with Steve Kerr too. Both times where they thought Jordan was going to take the shot, and then he kicked it out at the end to the guard that could shoot, and then he hit the three, and they won the game. And then he did it too. He did it with a different player. So it's like everybody's got a part to play. You got to just stay prepared for when they call your number. Again, imagine John Paxson would have missed that shot. You know, he was on point with it. Imagine Steve Kerr would have missed. He was on point with it. You know what I mean? Skill set preserved until the final moment. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need an archer. The big berserker. He's already running point. But you know, sometimes you can get the target to expose themselves, and you know, one clean shot from like a person that again they're experienced in taking clean shots. They're good. So yeah, someone's just gotta kind of learn to play their position. Again, inner child healing, bringing forth the manifestations that somebody wants. And again, a conversation, asking they just got to say, look, man, I'm not as savvy in this area as I thought I was. Like, can you help me? Or can you guys help me? And it's like, again, with compassion and all these things that already came out, I feel like you guys would be more than welcome to help this person, more than open to it. But again, it's going to take this person to come off of their high horse. And again, there's no point in riding a high horse when it's nothing but, I don't want to say failures, but it's nothing but undesirable results. Like, get off that pedestal right now. Get off that first place pedestal. What are you doing? It's like that sort of thing. Wow. Ask and receive forgiveness and understanding. Like I said, healing energy on the bottom. Like I said, whatever this is, it's meant to come back. It's meant to come back together. I wouldn't, right? But time elapse. Things could go in different directions before they ultimately come back together. But it's ultimately meant to come back together, which is good. Which is really good. Okay. I think we're gonna. Nah. Hey, New Zealand. Oh, me, Zealand. Are you really in New Zealand? Oh, wait. Oh, you're from New Zealand. Misa Play? Is that a play on Jar Jar Binks? I'm not sure, and I don't want to mispronounce your name. But hello, New Zealand. Oh yeah, Oklahoma. Okay. Oh yeah. I was trying to be like, what time is it in Oklahoma? Portuguese. Hey, fire. Oh man, one of my homies just came from Portugal over the summer, man. Posted some fire pics, and let me just tell you, the vacation Airbnb spots or wherever. Wow. That pool was like on a, I don't know, that was an amazing ass view right there. Well, yeah, Portugal, beautiful country. Beautiful. It is 9:25 and oh, so you guys are like an hour behind? That's crazy. I thought Oh no, yeah, yeah. What am I thinking? Yeah, 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 yeah. No, that makes perfect sense. No, no, no. I'm just losing it. Um, we're in. Is that Liberia? 3:25 a.m. I'm not. Oh, Little Miss Joyful's from Oklahoma too. Houston, Texas. What? It's 9 o'clock in Texas too. What? I thought it for sure would have been like eight something. Cause again, I'm Canadian, so in my mind, Texas and California are pretty close. But I don't think that they actually are. I think that's just my brain playing tricks on me. Trinidad, 11:26. Blood clot. What? It's late. It's late. Oh, but you guys got well. You guys got those beautiful skies out there, though, right? I don't know if it's is it the time of year? Here, it's like it's a crapshoot. The other night at like 3 in the morning, it had snowed a few, let's say about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, about a week ago, and the ground was so white. And this is the middle of the night, and then the clouds were so white you could just walk outside like the lights were on. It was the craziest thing. Oregon coast. LA to Houston once was 26 hours. Damn, I thought y'all was like neighbors. I thought that was for sure from like here to Toronto, which is like 5 hours, 6 hours, depending on how you drive it. If you go really slow, it could be like, yeah, like 6, but most people could bullet it in like 5. 327 in like, whoa, Dallas. OTR and an 18-wheeler for a year. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I'm telling you, those star fields in the islands are was breathtaking, breathtaking. Let there be a mountain in the background. Oh my gosh, you stand there for 30 minutes just staring at it. The locals would think you're crazy. I would love snow. It's not always cracked up to be. It's a hassle. Half of Texas. 4:27 p.m. New Zealand, the 30th. You guys are, wait a minute, because you guys are on the international date line. Is that it? I think it's still I can't check on my phone. I don't have isn't it the 29th today? What? Other side of the, yeah, 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 that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, yeah, the sound got cut off, and usually we just start another live right away after. I see that most of the people didn't come over, but it's fine. Doesn't matter. It's just the messages, guys. It's not about the moment. Well, it is about the moment, but the messages is what's important. Yeah, and then they're over there in the international date line because it's already 1 hour left in the day. They're already in tomorrow. Damn, that's crazy. This world be crazy. Ready for Carnival in February. I know I got a cousin who's actually born on the same exact day as me, but we're like 9 years apart. But yeah, my cousin goes down there like I often have to ask this fool. I'm like, do you work? Because all I ever see is trips. Yeah. But yeah, definitely. I know about that. That's it goes crazy over there. It go crazy over there. A lot of bacchanal in. Everyone. I want to go visit you someday. Who, me? I'd say Montreal in the summer. Wintertime, it could be a tourist attraction. Don't get me wrong. We have great winters out here, but again, it's a hassle. Wintertime is a hassle. Oh, I mean, of course, of course. Thank you for tuning in, for taking the messages. Yeah, for sure. Come on, you guys know I love doing this, and I do this mainly for you guys. Again, I don't need. Again, with no reward, I would still do it, and you guys know that. I'm trying to find like an easier way to. The housing situation in Canada right now is terrible. If you want to, a lot of people, even to just maintain a 1 bedroom apartment, again, you more than likely have to have a roommate, and that doesn't always mean like a spouse, boyfriend, or girlfriend. 2 bedroom apartments are way up there right now, and the houses, It's getting crazy, is what I can say. The housing and the groceries over here are it's crazy. I'd say it's getting worse. Well, not even me. I heard the news say yesterday that it's getting worse. Um, have fun. Okay, I don't know what that means. Um, no, we don't know what time it is. Oh, we've been. Oh, yeah. No, no, we've been over this a lot. No, no, we. Uh, yeah, no, we've been over this. We've been over this a lot. We don't know what time it is. Remember, you could just say July and August alone is proof that the timeline's all screwed up. Because again, without Julius Caesar, we never get July, and without Augustus, again, the first Roman emperor, which is again Julius Caesar's success. Well, yeah, he appointed him. He put in his will he wanted Augustus to take it. Again, we don't get August, so those were months that were added, and then the Romans changed the calendar a couple times. A couple other people too added whatever they wanted. So no, we don't actually know what time it is, or generally where we are. Mm, oh, to Oklahoma? Could be a thing. So that's why they don't. You guys have to family just to live, work, not work to live, kind of. It's hard to say. People still go to hockey games, concerts. People still spending money and doing regular things, but we know that the cost of living. I don't know if everybody is secretly selling dope. Again, I'm from the '90s. It's just a thing that we say. I'm not actually promoting that or anything like that, but I'm just saying I don't know how people are like what they're doing, but life seems to be continuing on. They said on Black Friday it was only a 1% less that people spent. So then from last year or whatever, or previous year. So people are keeping up with it somehow. Yeah, so many calendars. Better still snow, but better. Yeah. Again, snow is it's a hassle. uh, us not yet that much, but again, I'm not. It has a way of sometimes in December, like one day, boom, it'll snow 30 centimeters, and then that snow won't melt till like April or March. Oh, the first time. Wait, what? Didn't know August was just thrown in. Yeah, July is Julius Caesar, and August is Augustus. Before them, those months didn't exist. Or yeah, I don't think they did. And so yeah, again, the calendar. But we know that there used to be 28 days. There is. You'd have to look it up. I'm drawing a blank right now, but again, there's those calendars. There's 13-month, very little evidence of it. Most of it has been hidden or destroyed, but you could probably find it even on YouTube or with a rudimentary Google search. Um, yeah, there are calendars that show that there are 13 months and every month has like 28 days, and then we don't have leap years or whatever. But is it the Egyptian calendar? Yeah, something like that. You'd have to look it up. Yeah, Sunshine's probably right. That's what I'm saying. I'm just drawing a blank, but I've seen the charts before and I've read up on it. It's just like it's been like maybe 4 or 5 or 6 years, so I don't have the information readily available. October, but yes, I believe so. And Octavian and Augustus are the same person. It's just when he was Octavian, but when he became emperor, he chose that name, Augustus. Augustus means something though. It means like the most revered or so. Or I feel like the people sort of like Genghis Khan. Maybe they gave him that name because Genghis Khan's real name is Temujin. But the people eventually, when he started doing all the conquests, they basically crowned him. They said, "Listen, you're the Khan. Like you're the one." Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, for sure. Oh, you just for sure. It's gonna be morning coffees for everybody in the house. Thank you. Thank you. I'll definitely put my heart into it. I'm gonna spread that around. Thank you so much. Thank you. Um, um, but yeah, they made Genghis Khan Genghis Khan. That wasn't who he was. The people around him were saying that you are our king, you're our Khan. You gotta be, you are our Genghis Khan. But yeah, very much like yes, October, Octavian, and then yes, job bless up for sure. You don't know, my lad, for sure. Job before everything. Yeah, I believe October is Octavian though. Sorry, I'm getting long-winded. But then now I got to go back and look because that just makes it worse. That just means they added 3 months. Like, well, what was that? Right? This is what we're talking about. That wasn't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, but yeah, so you guys know, yeah, we're not on this the right timeline or whatever. Again, we're in the matrix now. You have this kind of titles as well after becoming king, just like the Mongols. Yeah, exactly. They make you. They made those people that, right? Genghis Khan, when he was born, he grabbed his mom had a tumor in her stomach and he pulled it out as a baby, and then they were already saying like because the tumor was, I think they said it was gonna kill her, and like their logic was he's was such a warrior even from birth, like he grabbed a hold of that thing and like pulled it out like even as a baby, like he was fighting, he fought for his mom's life and like this type of thing. So they already had very high hopes for this guy, like his destiny is like a star-crossed child, like this is a special child in here. He came out, he's clutching a blood clot right here. He just saved his mom's life. Like he's born a warrior. Yeah, they are in the Matrix, but again, even when Neo was free, constantly had to go back into the Matrix to do different things. So, but until this system collapses, we'll never actually all truly be free. I can never leave the people here as much as I mean, my most divine mind tells me that I could, but like I'm just not, there's still a human part of me that's not willing to just give up on humanity and just go full hermit from the world and act like I can't do anything to try to make this situation around me better from any standpoint. Yeah, we are. But again, some of us are Neo. Some of us go into the Matrix because we need to. But I don't feel like everyone here is like not like people who can just be body jumped by the agents and like fully taken over. No, I don't feel like the collective is like that at all. The collective has a free and sovereign heart and mind. So, but yeah, we definitely have to tap into the matrix. Like I said, for me, there's people that I know that are still sort of lost and confused, and I don't want to like startle them by trying to pull the wool off. So I have no problem sort of being a guide. My niece is always saying, "Oh, wise one." It's like, yeah, it's what it is. Like I said, we're simply carrying the water. You purify the water, you go out, you pour into the other cups. And then eventually, like I said, they'll be where we were, and they'll be purifying the water. That's all we're all doing is purifying the waters and transferring it to the next generation, hoping that it remains pure until the appropriate time. Yes, but people often lack emotional control. The worst part about lacking emotional control is, again, people who don't have emotional control will never take accountability for that type of thing. So there's no way to tell them that. They can only see the lack of emotional control that they feel other people have. With the mind, sometimes it's easier to convince a person because there's logic. And so when you're using logic and you can give examples and framework, it comes to a point where a person can't refute, like they can't defend against certain things that are just real. But where again the emotional house is concerned, it's like you never know how a person is gonna, even with logic, they might feel like, well, that type of logic doesn't work for me. And you see now how again they're going off into these other places. But yeah, you've got to control your emotions. I agree. Or again, the people got to control your emotions. It's very hard too when people with lack of emotional control, they don't see that in themselves. They only see it. They only can see that projection in other people. Be like, this person's acting irrational. What I think we should do is go up there and kick their fucking ass. It's like, yeah, that's irrational too. It's like that sort. Well, that's a very like weak example, but you see what I'm trying to say. Like they people like that, they don't know when they're going off the rails. They can only see everyone else's train. Go catch it from the start. Go and do. Oh yeah, for sure. Bless up, job bless. It's all love. Again, I'm not. Yes, but I'm also very meek. But thank you so much again. If I could be there with you guys, I would be there hyping you up right now. I'd be in the back seat, shaking the headrest, telling you, you that one, huh? You the shit. You could solo this whole Matrix life and do it. You could do this. I'd be, trust me. I'd be there with you if I could. If you really feel bad, well, it's just, I mean, you've got a deeper empathy. I feel like you feel like, again, you don't want to prove people wrong. You want a general consensus of knowledge that's above board. And like, yeah, it could, I feel like that sometimes too. Like, I don't like to fully pull the wool off sometimes, but sometimes you have to, sometimes you don't. But again, you shouldn't feel bad for, if you have the facts in an argument, you shouldn't feel bad. Again, the world needs truth. If something's true and something's right, again, even if someone wants to fight against it, if it is what it is, nothing nothing to feel bad about. And if you do, it just means you have a higher degree of empathy. Again, you don't like to hurt people in any way, shape, form, or capacity, even when it is for their betterment or, again, their highest good. So that just makes you a better person. Again, your heart chakra is way, 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 way open. I'd lean more into that. I'd lean more into it. I wouldn't be afraid of that. Love and everything. Oh, yeah, I know that. That's why we over here though. So this being people I care about would be wrong if I leave them to dust, knowing they have envy and hate for me, but knowing. Right. But you got to stand in your power and always do. Remember, you have divine authority over you. If you let those things in, again, you have the authority to do that. But you just have to know you're going to have to deal with those people. Again, if they have envy and they have hate, because a lot of times you could be in an environment, and again, it's not like physical hostility, so it's just a lot of mind games, right? But then there are times when, like, there will still be good times, like when you and those same people could get along. So you got to know what you're inviting into your energy. You have all the divine authority. You can either do it or don't. It's not a sin, or it can't hurt you or bring any bad karma towards you. It's more like those things where, again, you have to make a decision so that the universe knows how to, again, arrange the energy around you going forward. If you're allowing those things into your life, then you're going to have to deal with the consequences and things that come with that. If you're telling those people, no, because of your level of hate and envy and jealousy towards me, I have to keep you at an arm's distance or arm's length, you shouldn't feel bad about that. Again, you have to stand in your power. You have to take authority over your life and lead. Hey, 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 hey. I don't know why though. But everyone must come to the light on their own. Exactly. And if you know you're already headed in that direction, I'd say just lead by example. For there may be some people that you may actually really care about, and you may reach out for them, but reach out for them or to them. But you have to always remember, again, you're allowing these things into your energy. Results may vary. Because you have like good intentions and you might approach someone in a certain way, there's no way to definitely gauge how they might react. Now, it doesn't mean that every situation is going to go left, but it's like I'm saying, you have divine authority over your life. You got to know if you're going to open up that door, the potentiality for, again, things to go left does exist. But once you're in your power, and again, these things can't really even affect you, you can go around helping and doing anything that you want. Because again, people are going to try to say and do things to irk you, get on your nerves, turn your energy topsy-turvy, upside down. But if you're fully in alignment and you know those things, again, it's just child's play to you, it doesn't really affect you, then it's not really going to do anything. People will be like, oh, why you go over there helping them people? They're gonna hurt you. And then to you, it's like, yeah, but I don't get hurt like that. I just help people. There's no hurting for me. Again, people, if someone's yelling or cursing or whatever, like they think they're having an effect, they're not really having an effect on me. Again, it's just gonna be like, okay, you're done. Are you hungry? You want to get some food? You want to watch a movie? Like, again, standing in your power. Yeah, the guilt is definitely not yours to carry. Yeah, like it's, remember, you could be perfectly fine, but then you step out to go, you could be perfectly fine. But if, again, we use this analogy all the time, if there's a fire and you have to rush into the burning building to help people, you may get singed, you may get burned a little bit, you may get a little bit of smoke inhalation. Again, deciding to help those people, you're opening the door to these other things that could affect you. It's not to say that you won't be able to help them. You just got to know what you're getting yourself into. And if you're going to do that, again, stand in your power, do things to mitigate. The rough thing I always see them do, but they'd be like, this doesn't really work. When you'd be like, you wet a cloth and put it over your face. It does work, but it doesn't really work, because the more smoke that gets into the cloth with the water, it actually can create more of a stifling effect over time. But you see what I'm trying to say? You just gotta, like, if that's what I'm gonna do, then, or someone might douse themselves in water and then run into the building. You just got to take whatever precautions, or again, do what you stand in your power, do what you can naturally do to protect yourself if you're going to open yourself up to these types of scenarios. Anytime, anytime. This is what we try to do here. Talk it out, clarity. I don't have all the answers. I don't feel like you guys have all the answers. I feel like we come together, we have some great discussions, and we figure a lot of things out together. Oh, get every well, yeah. I mean, again, this is what I do. So I'm just happy. You guys know me from the comment section. I'm happy to help in any way that I can. It's much love and always God bless. So yeah, I'm happy that it's hitting on all levels, because again, that's just I'm just happy to help if there are questions or like whatever it is. Like I said, if I could be there with you right now in your kitchen or living room or wherever you're intaking this content, I would just be there hyping you and be like, you that one. Like, I'm just here to help. Boost the energy. Let's get out there. Let's solo some dragons. Let's do this Matrix thing. Let's make it happen. Right? Have those cards. Are they special? These cards, not everyone has these cards. These are one of a kind. I made these cards. Yeah, it is. If you've ever seen Harry Potter, and no, I am not Lord Voldemort, and I am not a dark wizard or anything like that, but this is essentially a Horcrux. This is essentially a Horcrux. This thing, I told somebody, I'm like, if anything happens to me, it goes to everybody. When Natty's number gets called and he goes behind the veil for all eternity, never to return to the physical plane in this form again, I told somebody, put this wherever I'm going. Do not let this exist out in the world. Again, this thing, I made this. My sister picked it up and was randomly going through the cards, and then she was seeing her life. She's not a teller or a reader. She doesn't do anything like that. She was seeing situations with her and her daughter and conversations that she just recently had with people. So this thing works on its own. It does whatever it wants to do. I told you about the color coordination, which I didn't even do myself. I just made the cards all at random, and they're color coordinated, and they line up and they tell a certain story in a certain way. I don't know how I did that. This thing is definitely an extension of me or some kind of part of me. I'm very afraid. I don't let it out my sight. I play this very close to the chest, okay? It sleeps next to me because it's essentially, and I didn't know it was gonna be that until I created it. And then when I was done, and I'm like, no, this thing, again, it'll attach itself to whoever and just read. You can just read, like, so it's not good. I don't let it all out for everyone. Yeah, exactly. And I didn't know, well, I did because I've made many decks before. These ones are good, but not like this one. This one is different. This one will tell anyone anything they want to hear the minute they pick it up and ask, okay? And that's not good. So I keep this one sort of hidden. I use it on camera, like in readings, but yeah, like I couldn't recreate this deck because the guidebook, again, it's only in my mind. I don't even know how I would break it down. Like, there's so many things. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, so extremely powerful and definitely extension of myself. And yeah, should anything ever happen to me, this has to go exactly where I'm going, and it can't be left out into the world. This is like, yeah, I know, because it could this could be bad in the wrong hands. It could be. So again, I keep it hidden from the world. No, it's not scary. It's not scary. It's not scary at all. Again, it's just a spiritual medium. It's just, again, it's just a conduit for, again, to speak to the energies around you. But like I said, if you picked it up and you just went through the cards, you'd be like, "Holy crap, that just happened to me." Oh yeah, hey, wait a minute, and then it's like, yeah, yeah, a little bit. But like I said, we keep that one hidden. But definitely not like any of my other Oracle decks. They're all extensions of me too, but not to this degree. No. Um. Uh, hmm. So you know your own future, Sunshine? Oh, I'm not sure. Oh wait, what did Sunshine say? A little bit, but I'm more excited. Blessings to everyone. Blessings, blessings on blessings on blessings. But yeah, I mean, yeah, knowing knowing how the energy shakes out, it's not all it's cracked up to be all the time. Sometimes you gotta just, let things happen by surprise anyway. Sometimes I don't want to know. I was so at one point I was so on the cutting edge of knowing everything before it happened. I had to slow it down. Yeah, 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 definitely. Because whether you, and that's the thing that I don't. But you see, the thing about that is nobody ever really dies though. So it's yeah, it's 6-7 on that one. It's 6-7 on that one. Again, that you have to understand that that's the main thing that they're using to make us all comply to the matrix. Like, oh, you're gonna die. Oh, you only have okay, so you gotta imagine we didn't care about that. Imagine we didn't care. Imagine we looked at it. It's like thinking, it's like trying to control your birth. It's like a natural progression. It's completely out of your control. There's nothing that you could do about it. It's like, it doesn't make any sense to try to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like, well, first of all, it's just not real. It's just or it's not that it's not real. It's not what we've been told to believe. It's not that. It's just not that. It's not that. And our whole thing about death and the Grim Reaper, remember, that comes from the very medieval, again, that Black Plague era and that medieval. Remember, because think about it, even the Grim Reaper, right? He has a scythe. Again, those things don't come into existence without, well, definitely not before the Sumerians, right? Because they brought all the farming and agriculture, right? So again, it's something that we kind of, this negative connotation is something that we kind of made up, right? Because of the, again, the grave circumstances, having to deal with, again, someone being gone and others of us still being here. Again, we've been led down this path, and it's the number one way why we're all trapped in the matrix. It's like we're afraid of the danger or the pain or the extremes. Like, I'm losing consciousness. No, it's like I'd rather not fight. I'd rather give up all my rights and just be an indebted whatever, just do whatever the system says. Because again, I only have so much time here and I got to get this done. And what if I make a mistake? Oh, I've ruined my life. And like, again, all these things to keep you caught up in the matrix, and none of it is real. You're just an amalgamation of particles and atoms that people say is a body. And through that extension, they can control you. My mother put black magic on my ex. Is that is staying with my grandmother? All this is just sickening. And knowing my grandmother is literally draining her own. I know. Well, you got to be careful of that. And again, only those things can only affect you if, again, you believe that they can. I had a discussion with my friend, and I was trying to explain to him that this person that he has great great reverence for was a very dark sorceress, and he was trying to explain. He's like, no, it's not like that, no. But what he was telling me is that this person keeps people in jars. They keep people's essences in jars, right, on this big shelf that they have. And he's like, oh, if you do something, no, she's gonna put your spirit in a jar. And I'm like, bro, that's evil. Like, why you go in this person's house when they got like 500 spirits in their house trapped? I'm like, that's like, he's like, no, it's not like that. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? He's like, no, it's not black man. I'm like, yo, I don't know how to tell you, but your person that you love right there, they were a dark practitioner, bro. They might have been nice to you, but this is a very dark person, bro, who traps people in jars and I'm like, and then what happens if like all the jars were to fall one day and break? You know how much trouble this person would be in? Like their house you'd have to burn that house down and then potentially throw acid on the remains. So yeah, you got to be careful with those people. But again, none of that can affect you unless you allow it to. Remember, divine authority over your life gives you once you're with God, nothing else matters. Every time I remember someone who's passed brings their energy right back to you. Facts. These readings are describing me exactly that of what I am going through. Oh, well, like I said, I'm happy to help in any way that I can. Any way that I can. Any way that I can make anything that's in distortion or scrambled energy around you be more clear to you. Again, go collective, go. Let's do this. Let's solo this matrix thing, right? Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Yeah, that's what I said. That's very dark. And because the person they were talking about was like they were a kid and that was like an older person that was always nice to them and they were like, "Oh, but this person always was doing this and that's why no one can mess with them." And I'm like, "This is a dark, dark, dark individual, bro." And then they would do it to people who like you wouldn't even know. If this person like met you and then they didn't like you, then they would go and try to put like jar spells on you. And it's like I'm like, "Bro, like how you gonna walk in someone's house and you look on their cabinet and they got like 30 empty jars and you're like, oh no, that's just the people I don't like. Like, bro, I'm leaving your house. I'm not waiting for you to again for your third eye to be on swivel and make an assessment about me that you don't like. You try and put me up there, bro. Because like I said, yo, I have the most high and the angel swoop down on you. Though I don't play that. We talked a lot about again demons and how they can just get choked out for no reason. So I'm the king of my life, and when I die, I graduate. So I'm built different. I totally agree. The religion of decency, it's not tough. You just gotta be nice. You literally just gotta be nice. Maybe. But from what I understand about you guys' energy, again, you're not gonna wait for that hero, or they may arrive and just you may have to delegate to them the things that they need to do. You may be like, look, I've already rescued those people. Those people over there need CPR. They need an ambulance. And it's like the hero may show up late and be like, huh? And be like, yo, buddy, get it together. We're doing things here. Make sure you like it could be that. Again, collective takes action. They're not waiting for and so I'm saying like soloing the demons. Like you think I'm not trying to wait for an exorcist, baby. When you come in and you see a goblin unconscious, you're gonna be like, what happened? Be like, I choked him. I choked him. Like I was waiting for the preacher was taking long. I choked him. I choked him. Now get him out of here. Like right? Sometimes you gotta take action on the situation. Sometimes. I'm not saying sometimes you gotta leave it, you gotta give it up to God. You can't force it. But again, don't let them have you backed into a corner and be like waiting for like, is this my moment? No, 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 no. Punch your way out of that wet paper bag. Don't let them see your palms sweaty. Don't let them anchor you down, put you in no jar on no damn shelf, and then be like, oh, it's a sin to go against that person. No, you just gotta let them do bad things and wait and pray and wait for yeah, there's that too. But again, don't step on my shoes. Like I'm here. Those are my shoes. Right? Divine authority over your life and everything in it. You got to be able to grasp that and see the difference between again your work and God's work. Even though it's a co-creation, you can't let them back you into a corner and feel like, oh, defending yourself or standing up for yourself is some kind of sin. And you got to play it small because Jesus is not here and he's going to come back one day and take care of all these people. Like, no, 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 that's you getting choked out for your entire life and living a life of misery and manic depression. Like, no, 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 no. I don't know where it's written that Jesus says that you should do that. Like he ain't proud of those things too. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like standing up for yourself, having some backbone, and again, not being afraid to totally backhand the devil every once in a while when he gets out of hand. It's like, I'm not completely taking you down. I'll save it for the big guy. But again, you come up in here disrespecting. Again, I might choke a goblin or smack a demon. I'm totally on board with that. So yeah, it's not a sin and it's not bad karma. You're not hurting yourself. Like not letting people put their foot on your neck and keep it there. Yeah, exactly. Tell them to leave. But hey, I am not Yeshua. Now, while I am a fractal of the Christ consciousness, I am not Yeshua. So if I'm telling the demons to exeunt and they don't want to listen, again, someone might get smacked in here. Okay. I'm talking energetically. I'm talking the negative, the bad vibes. I may boom that whole thing out of the energy, right? Just because, and I've spoken about this, like don't be somewhere being all nice to me and then I see you treating other people like they're shit. Like again, I'll boom that type of energy. I'm not with that secret negativity, secret snakes, secret reptilians in the environment. No, we don't play that. We don't play that. We don't play that. I mean, yeah, solo a demon. But like I said, if I call for an exorcist and the preacher take too long, I'm not waiting for shorty head to turn backwards and for her to start speaking in tongues. I'm gonna choke the demon out. I'm gonna smack that demon out right here. Preacher go get collecting shadows. Oh boy. I feel like we have to be. Yeah. Demon hunters, demon slayers. I feel like we have to be. We spoke about this. This is not going to be the Salem witch trials or they're not finna crucify this Christ element. I'm sorry. Like I said, Yahshua was a very real person. And we saw what they did to that man. And we're not going out like that. Plus, we're too prayed up and blessed for that. I just feel like we're too prayed up and blessed for that. We're too, again, the karma's too good. When you're doing good things, you're caring about the world. You're facing situations with empathy and compassion, and you're also still being hurt by people for being in that energy. Like, I just don't see how it's just going to be like worse down the timeline for you. Like, I'm sorry. If you want to stand up for yourself and like take a position in your own life, I don't see how things get worse for you. I really don't. Exactly. Just say what you mean. Stand, like I said, stand in your power. You are the divine authority in your power. I said I'm not going, I'm not doing that. I don't care how many people said that. Again, they can't force you or make you, or you know, if once you have to use physicality, you've lost. Once you have to use any the first person to raise their voice or get physical, they lost. They've lost. They have no power in the world. They have no divine authority. This person, they can't control themselves, their emotions, their thoughts. It's the number one thing, to stay centered and just, again, deal with it. Yeah, could be a thing. Could be a thing. It could be a thing. Uh, it's, the scary part about it is, I don't want to say this to make it get dark. It it may have to happen. We're gonna have to wait and see. We're gonna have to wait and see, because historically, I never saw historically, usually whatever they want to implement gets implemented. So on some level, it's like they're probably like everything they wanted to make happen to us. Because I'm speaking from being in the 80s and the things that I've seen go on. It's like there's always like, oh, we've got a solution. Oh, it's gonna be like this in 10 years, or it's always, but yet we're here in the world we live in now where it's kind of shitty. It kind of sucks. But that's what I'm trying to say, where they always bring the things into fruition. I don't know. I don't want digital IDs, but I feel like if they want it, it's gonna happen. Or like, I don't know how we would fight against it. Like I said, these things, they have a way of making themselves, like, of bring them in. Even if, let's say, our generation wants to push back against it really really hard, like they might just wait another generation. You see what I'm trying to say? That might be out of our um like our direct control, because again, we only have so much time here, and like I said, we're just basically carrying the water and make sure it stays pure as we pass it on to the next generation, and then they have to carry the water, and then and then so that's how spirit teams and ancestral lineages are built and these types of things. I haven't personally lost hope, because I remember when the millennials were young and everyone was trying to say this generation this generation that. But when it came time to protest over those last couple years around the George Floyd times, and it was the millennials that were really leading the strike. So I can't fully say that they'll be able to implement whatever plans they want. Again, the youth have a mind of their own, and it seems like, again, when they're ready to do their thing, they'll be ready. But again, the digital IDs and all these things, it's not that they scare me. It's just, I just know they have if that's what they want, they already have a way to get it done. It's just for them, like time elapse and like exactly how they would do it. But maybe there's a generation that will still fight against it and be like, no, regardless of what you say, this is not what we need. And like, and then, they can all fight it out at the top. But yes, it ultimately, and even if they did do that, I pray that doesn't go there. But again, it wouldn't. Me personally, it wouldn't stop me from being a kind and decent person, from just being, again, the person that I'm supposed to be. Again, there's no. Again, that's more of the Matrix or the devil, right? Like I'm gonna give you all IDs and I'm gonna lock you down and surveillance, and it's just more fear taxes. Like, okay, if that's what you feel you need to do to exist on the earth, fine. You're not going to sever my connection with divine. You're not going to stop me from, again, getting out there and doing the right things and helping. And still, even in a world of surveillance, again, it's going to be a better place simply because people like me exist. That, I feel like that's something that they can't fight against. So grain of salt. We're gonna have to wait 6, 7. We're gonna have to wait and see how that all shakes out. But that is the thing that sort of not scares me, but is weird about it because they always have, from what I can see from the 1980s until now, again, they've done everything that they wanted to do, basically. So again, I'm not afraid, but we're gonna have to go into that one step at a time and see where they take us. Again, they keep telling us that we can go to Mars. We can't. But they're doing all these launches and this space age research, and it doesn't seem to make any sense. Because again, we can't go to Mars. We just can't. It's not sustainable. It's not a thing. It's not a real thing. So I don't know. Like again, that's what I'm saying. They do a lot of things, and if they want to get it done, they'll get it done. But we'll see where they're going with all of that. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. And simply, there could be somewhere in the world where they already have people under those digital IDs. But you see the way our news media works, they could just not even be reporting it to us. Preparing at the right time to show us that this small corner of the world has already accepted this, and it's already working out for them, and then try to use that to use sort of something. They have a way of doing things how they want to do it. So with that thing, and I know it's a serious point of contention for a lot of people in the world. Again, we're just gonna have to wait and see how it all shakes out, because again, it could get crazy. Yeah, it could get crazy. I don't know. That's them again creating a world that they want to control, that they can't control, that they feel like they need. Again, you see how they're doing these things. They're doing these things. The populace at large, this has nothing to do with us. Like, we're just someone's guinea pig or experiment. Like, yeah, very true, very true, very true. This is all it's all written down. It's all happening according to, again, first the grand divine plan, which is crazy. And again, these people are trying to make their own little over underlaying plans, interwoven into that. And it's, yeah. Again, the planet is not theirs. It doesn't belong to anyone, but they're trying to do this for as long as they can. They say it's been, I don't know. They're trying to do a thing, but again, the planet doesn't belong to anyone. And it's hard to imagine why it's like enslaved by your equals. Like, fundamentally, it doesn't make any sense. 3,000, some say 6 and a little bit more. Some go just straight off of, again, the Christ calendar. Some people say it's like 2,000 years, or again, but they're trying to keep something in play. Like, they did all these things, but they never really had control. And then now it's like they're trying to control it, but it's like trying to control it so you can squeeze it dry or squeeze every ounce of, I'm going to say profitability, but it's not necessarily. It's like, I need to squeeze all the nutrients out of a thing before, like, because I don't have any control over it, right? So whatever it's worth, I need to squeeze all the resources out of it. And then if I eventually do lose control, it's like, this is how I maintain control. Well, in the end, I got everything out of this. That thing, it's still going to be a squeezed out, dried up husk. It will always need me, or like, again, it's like a kingship, or again, this pyramid scheme that we live by. There's always got to be someone at the top dictating to everyone at the bottom, but then the top is always corruption, 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 corruption. I don't know. He salt of the earth without it, the flavor. Exactly. For whoever, well, I mean, it's in the CIA papers. It says. But again, it seems that humans were created for a specific function, and whoever or whatever that creator or creation was, again, they sort of left us to our own devices, and in there's a lot of room for supreme power corruptness, which seems to have been what became the main storyline. But again, definitely, Christ is a divine power. I feel like that was Yeshua's main message. I feel like that was his main message, was to be like me. Like, you see all these things I'm doing? Do this. Do these things. I feel like that was his main message. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, the religion is one thing, and we've spoken about that before too. Like, I don't care what you have to believe in for you to be decent, do the right things. But I feel like even more than than that religion, I feel like his main message was like, become like me, be me, embody me. You see what I'm doing? Do this. Be like me. Be more like me if you can. Like I feel like that was his main message. Again, even from a very child, the number one thing I'm trying to figure out is how can you heal someone by making them just touch your clothing? I know how you can heal someone with a look. I know you can heal someone with the sound and tone of your voice and your presence. Even the way someone smells can be healing to somebody. But I don't know how, because I don't doubt that he didn't perform any of the miracles. That I believe he did all the things they say he did. But that's just even more than when they said he raised a man from the dead. Even with modern medicine, we see how this is possible. But it's the healing someone when they touch your robes that was always the one for me. I mean, like, that'd be a superpower I'd really like. Ever since a kid hearing that Bible story, I was like, he did what? Somebody touched his shirt and was cured. Like that is like the one for me. That is like the number one. But again, I feel like that's what he was trying to say is like purify yourself to the level of where you will be able to do that. You can do that. And I've definitely seen evidence of where I'm able to say things to people and change their energy or be around them and change their energy. But I don't know if like, yeah, I don't know. There was something like his entire body was like magic. I'm not there. I'm still I'm still like looking up. Like I said, he was on the fourth, I was on the third. I'm still looking up to that next level. Like this had to be the most incredible human being that ever. Oh, you know I love that unk term. Come on now, don't do me like that. You're gonna make me blush up in here. But thank you. But yes, uncle is that. I love that. Listen, I love it. Where did his DNA ascend to? Again, into the higher realms. Again, this is all around us. You could sort of like how they apparate in Harry Potter, they sort of just step right into it. It's all around us. But again, we're so conditioned. Us, every generation before us is conditioned to believe that we can't do that, or we've lost that ability. So it's not something where like Jesus ascending is for me is more like, again, it's even like if he would have just became the air. He just like he went he went out there, he became part of the all, the everything. Like we all can do that. And I guess it would seem like ascending, but again, him was different. They describe him as going up into the clouds. This is what I'm trying to say, like healing people with the robes, ascending. Like I know I can ascend, but not to that level. Like that's what I'm trying to say. These are the things like in my deepest meditations that I'd be like, but how did you? And the things that he tells me to do, it's like good deeds and things. Like, and it's not that I don't see how that gets me there, but like I don't ultimately see it. I just feel like I'm like, bro, I feel like you were born like that. And for the rest of us, it's like a lot of work. And yeah, he just tells me that no, like that's how you do it. Like help the people, show up in the places, do the things, stay later, depart of your energy. Like I was saying the other day, it's like, do you feel nervous? I'm like, I don't feel nervous. And the Most High is like, well, you're acting nervous. Like, I'm not nervous. It's like, no, I'm doing the things, bro. I'm doing them. But it's, again, you're already that. I'm trying to understand it. There's nothing wrong with Muslims. There's nothing wrong with Muslims. They get a bad break because there are just like again, there are agents of chaos on all sides. I can't say I know some amazing Muslim people. And I'll tell you, there's this area in the city that was a very high concentrated drug area, this type of thing, negative area. And let me tell you something, in the last, I want to say 10 years, 15 years, let's say 10, yeah, say 10, 15, the Muslims seem to have, the Islamic community seems to have moved into that community. They built like this huge mosque, and it's sort of like, it's really, if it's really still like that, it's like on the lows, it's on the fringes. Now it's like a more gentrified, family friendly community. So I don't really have a problem with, I don't have a problem with them. I feel like they get a bad rap because again, there are a lot of Just like there are in anything, even people who don't believe in anything, some of them are perfectly fine. They're still compassionate, caring, healthy human beings. They just, again, they're just the logic of whatever that is doesn't, they don't feel like it applies to them. And then there are those who are like, I'm a straight up atheist. I don't care. I don't believe in it. Like there are bad seeds, bad batches in every. I feel like the thing about religion for me is, again, religion had to come into play because what the divine was before religion was getting ready to disappear. So in order for it to have, like, we were gonna need something. So the lowest level of it was that, again, give them their religion is not a bad thing. Again, it's just basically telling you that, again, you're here, but there are higher powers or higher forces above you that you don't understand. And it's like, okay, you need to understand, like Killer Priest said, the Bible, like an acronym, basic instructions before leaving earth. It's like you need to know this criteria so that you're not too egomaniacal. You're not again, you're not tapping into the lower vibrations. Will not ever do that again, like envy, lying, hate, anger, jealousy. I don't know. Maybe you can turn it off. I can't turn mine off. I can only acknowledge when it's rising to the surface and deal with it, which I still feel is pretty high vibrational. Exactly. Exactly. I love that one too. And then all the people who, again, people think have passed away, they're like right there too. And he has them under that thing when they're wearing the white garments and they're calling for the judgment. But he's like, no, 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 it's going to happen in the time when it happens. And like he kind of keeps them on. Yeah, I know that one too. And Jesus is right there. Yeah, 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 yeah. And then the seven seals is getting opened up. Yeah, it's a whole, well, I mean, not in the way that the lower vibrationals like, but it's a whole party in heaven at that point. Yeah, I believe that's in Revelations, no? Again, I'm a little bit fuzzy on the details because I haven't actually like, I've studied these things in my youth extensively, but it's been a little bit of time. But I believe that that's where it is, or that's what we're talking about. Yeah, I don't let it. Yeah, like I get what it is. I understand when I feel those feelings. Like I'll totally come in one day and be like, yo, I'm pissed right now, and be like, I'm not like raging, but I could be full of anger and fury. But I understand the feeling, so I'm not like you just got to find a way to deal with it. I'm not a pouty child. Life is still what you make it. Again, if you're in alignment with the divine, life can't be hell for you. And three-dimensional circumstances, as we know, can always look any way because you have multiple versions of other people's free wills bombarding your energy at all times too, right? So again, it's just to put your energy in that positive place and never take it out. Now, yeah, that too. If you feed your anger, it only gets worse. Exactly. It's like again, if you throw flammable materials on a fire, it just increases the blaze. Once we transcend into, yes, we will transcend into heavenly godly realms, but it's even written that, again, that takes time. Like even in Revelations, like I said, there are a lot of people at the foot of the throne and they're calling on God to do, like, I think it's to blow like the final trumpet or something like that. They're calling on God, but they're not exactly in the heavenly abode yet. There's, like, again, the main judgment that has to take place over the entire universe, and then it's not there yet fully. So like as the oral, that's more pertaining to earthly, but it always, I guess, it specifically says final judgment over the earth. So I'd say, yeah, you definitely go into, but you don't, again, there's like a holding period or a waiting. I don't think we just go straight into, again, angels. There's a moment where, like, there's a waiting period where everyone's waiting for the rest of the world to kind of finish, or these cycles that the Lord and the angels are putting onto the world to finish, and then that other thing happens. But we do go into that heavenly realm. I mean, we are able to see God and the angels, and like what's the actual, I don't always use this word, the actual supernatural forces and things that are going on around us. Yes, we do enter that. But I think that's there again. There's like a thing before. There's a level above that that we don't just directly get tapped into, or at least that's what the Bible says. Mm, when you understand, yep, one way, one truth, one life. I'm over. Yes, but then if see archons are parasites, but then by our very nature, again, that's what I'm saying. We have like it's in us too. We can't deny those emotions. We can just control them, right? So it's like we're slightly parasitic by nature ourselves, but you don't have to remain that way. Is a thing. Again, if you know like what you're saying, if you know that these are just archons, again, you got to master your energy in that way. But yeah, it makes us sort of like that too. Well, people, if you give into the anger, yes. No, I'm totally against that. I know. I feel like I feel like I got no one left behind. It's just a natural progression. It's just a natural progression. The dark trying to take over the light over the dark. It's the natural progression. And you see, the crazy thing about that is our reality is based on that fundamental principle, right? Light particles, photons, that's how they look. Part of the photon is dark, and that's why it looks like a yin and a yang almost, actually. It's like dark and light contrasting each other, and then that's what makes a light photon. So it's like the fundamental way our reality works. Because remember, nothing can vibrate beyond the bandwidth of the speed of light. If you do that, you go the closer to the speed of light you go, you enter into more and more and more darkness until you eventually blink out of this. If you travel at the speed of light, you would blink out of this reality, and that's the same as dying. So that's why they'd be like, people can only reach 99.9999999% the speed of light as human beings, or will all matter for that matter, right? Because everything in the universe is light, sound, and vibrations when you break it down to its most rawest, purest form. So photons and light particles, again, they're very light and dark. That's how they're that's how they sort of exist. We actually did a live before. I don't know. We've been on for hours. I came on at like 7:45, guys. So I've been live with you for like 4 hours because we had to kill the first live because of the sound, and then we came in. We barely did any cards. We've just been talking for the last like 70 minutes. I don't know. Again, you guys know me. I love you guys. You're changing my life. That's what I told you guys are changing my life. No, you can't. Again, fundamental building blocks of our reality. No, you can't have the good without the bad. You can't hammer a nail without feeling that vibration through your hand, right? There's a slight. It's not painful, but if you hammer enough nails, again, you see what I'm saying? Like the stress of it, and then what are you trying to do? Let's say I'm building a house. So again, it's good, but yes, there's always it's like how we can't like propulsion systems, right? There's always got to be some in order to move something forward. There's always got to be some heat or energy that's lost. It's like it seems to be the fundamental way our reality works. But I'll tell you something about that. But I've said this before. That's because our entire reality is based off of the atomic sciences, right? We live and die by the science of the atom, the periodic table, the particles, hydrogen on until I can't remember what they've got, moscovium, and they just discovered another element the other day, again, like 300 and whatever on the periodic table. The point is, atoms and everything we see around us, it's pretty much just 1% of all reality. And then you have the spaces in between the atoms, the energies that are holding the atom together, right? This is why the nucleus and then the electron and proton are going around. But that energy that causes the proton and the electron to circle around the nucleus, that thing that's holding them together, is the other 99% of the world that we can't see, but we know exists. So even though we live and die by the atomic sciences, there's an entire other world of, they say quantum, whatever they want to call it, that's actually even more accurate and more in depth than the sciences that we live by. So, grain of salt. Everything vibrates, every damn thing. Everything in this world is just light and sound. The solid things, the air, everything. And it's crazy. Think a scale on wheels for it now, and it would have to oscillate from both ends to build and gain. Wait, wait, wait. Think of a scale on wheels for it to move would have to oscillate. Exactly. Or basically, yes. Something like this, yes. But like I said, we're only dealing with the atomic sciences. So that's why also our world is sort of chaotic and wonky. And again, why we can be coerced with things like, and I'm not trying to make it dark, I'm going to say this word again, where we can be coerced with things like death to live our lives in a way that benefits completely somebody else. Because again, that other world, and maybe they understand it, maybe they don't. Maybe they have some secret scientific files where they've already figured it out and they don't want to put it into this world because they'd be like, well, all they really need, look, they're only existing with 1% of reality anyway, and look, they're loving it. They're loving it. They're making PlayStations and internets, and they're fine. They don't need to know about how the other 99% works. Maybe there is a science like that. But again, it's just proof that we live in sort of a bubble or in a matrix, and whatever's outside of that, we're not really allowed or able to explore. We don't know. Again, it's just quantum. We don't exactly know all the principles, and if someone does, again, they're not teaching it to us. So you can learn physics and chemistry, and then you can take your studies into the higher, but even astrophysics and all these things, again, it's just more and more and more in depth into the atomic sciences. You get into the study of dark energy, dark matter, and these types of things. But again, there's like the information, it's not that it's vague, but it's like, because it's non-quantifiable in our reality. It's not like, okay, if like, okay, I know a lot about quantum computing and quantum physics and how these things work, but I'm not even gonna be able to like automate your McDonald's or whatever using quantum. Like it doesn't really, you can't plug it in. You know how they use a quantum computing? That's how the banking system, that's how like debit and all that works. In order for it to be able to like, you put your debit card in a machine or whatever, and like for it to find your account and make the transaction happen in a split second, like those computers work on that sort of system. But you notice every computer in the world doesn't. The majority of the computers are Macs and iPads and whatever. And again, these are based off of like again, the simple tech. They could do quantum computing, but it won't translate to everything. Like if we started using quantum, we'd stop watching TV, and again, we 99% of the things we do now we wouldn't do. We wouldn't need to. We have to. The distance between me and you right now, the reason why I can't just come there and motivate you again is because we're separated by, again, the world of, we need to create a camera and a Wi-Fi signal, and then travel, shoot the signal. And if we were quantum, I could just appear right before you, right? And then a version of me could appear individually for everyone. You see what I'm saying? So we wouldn't need anything, any constructs of this world, any of the foundations that this world is built upon. We would not need any of them if we were, again, but we're trapped in the periodic table is our entire universe, and everything on the periodic table has to travel at below, has to vibrate at below the speed of light in order for us to be able to interact with it, interpret it, see it in our universe, and for it to exist. And that's what I'm trying to say. But if you were able to travel beyond the speed of light and maintain that frequency, you would eventually blink out of this reality and you would become a part of that. Or I'm almost certain, I have never done the experiment myself, let me not put my foot in my mouth, but I'm almost certain that you would appear somewhere on the other side of whatever that 99% of what actual reality, or the things, the world that holds the atomic reality together that we live by, you'd more than likely appear on the other side of that. And I don't know what that's going to look like for, from this end. You've died, you can't come back, you've disappeared forever. So I don't know how that would look, but that I mean, that's our reality. It's the periodic table, the atomic sciences, and we can't escape that. Physics and chemistry, our entire world is built on that, even though we know there's a even larger world right outside of that. And again, it's something about stepping into it, right? Because every molecule and particle in my body also has that space in it. So it's everywhere. That's what I was saying with the Harry Potter thing. Jesus ascending into the heavens, it's something sort of like that. Like it's him turning on the other, like him turning off the atomic side of his existence and turning on the quantum side. Like it would seem like he's ascending, or his particles are like stretching out until he seems like he's just air or apparated into nothingness. And it's like, wow, he's just like, he's become a part of the divine. I totally see how that could be a thing that's real based off of actual science, is what I'm saying. And that's why I'm saying where, to me, like, he's just incredible. He's the most forward thinking and intelligent human being that has ever been spoken of. And again, even those concepts of him ascending into the heavens, when I really put my full divine mind on it, it even makes sense from a scientific perspective, point of view, however you want to look at it. And it also makes sense why people didn't fully understand all the things he was saying. Again, he was operating out of that energy of that other greater 99%, which is a more broader reality. It's not necessarily more real, but there's just way more to work with. I'm good. I'm good, Liam. But yeah, something like this. Or I mean, these are the super highly, I mean, these are the concepts that in my deepest meditations that I'm trying to work through also. So it's why I read the Dead Sea Scrolls. Exactly. The further back you can go to get the actual knowledge, the better. The way better. Again, I wish when I was a kid, I would have held on to even one of those Bibles. Me and Grok had a whole discussion, a whole argument to where it had to concede that it doesn't exist in the real world, so it has to take into account that there could be information that it's not programmed into its system. It had to eventually concede and give me the win, because those Bibles used to tell us things on the first pages that were crazy. And that's again, that's how I know. That's how I know. They sent us to those Sunday schools. They could never take those memories away from us. Yeah, they did. I mean, they had to. They had to. How else were they going to convince us? How else were they going to convince us? They had to hide it. They had to get there first, seize it, read it, understand it, call it out as, again, uh, let's just say as modern, it's demonic, destroy it or whatever, or it's not for us. It's not. No. The people can't use that. Destroy it. And like, yeah, and then they had already assimilated the data. Like, what else were they going to do, right? I mean, yeah, them, and there are some other bad actors in there. Yeah, yeah. Mm, yeah. Okay, so maybe those first pages, man, they tell you some things. The very first page of Genesis, the first few sentences, they say some things that, again, because now we have a version, and I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it. I'm not here to be like, oh, and see, no. But it is the King James version. The New Testament is a version. It's of, and I'm not saying that, but that was one man taking complete divine authority over that whole thing and then redoing it. And there's some evidence of him Xing out some scribes. Well, I don't know about how you're writing the Bible and also actively having people killed. Again, a version, and it's still very, again, it can still guide you. Don't get me wrong. Even though his hands were dirty, there's still a wealth and plethora of knowledge in the Bible. I would never discredit that. But somebody did alter the Bible. They did. So I don't know. Because remember, like, because first Yeshua goes, then they create the religion after him. Then somebody comes around way later. And I'm not saying this because there's just so much you can say about the person who did that, that maybe they were a good person. I don't know. I'm not here to judge. But again, someone with dirty hands rewrote all of that. Yes, the right hand. Oh, well, no. Well, Paul, yes. But then then the King James, he rewrote it. And he was Xing out scribes. And I mean, just, you can study his reign to see any of the things that he was doing. But again, at that time, it was divinely appointed, or he had divine authority. And he felt he could do these things. Again, I am the monarch, and again, they had their beefs with the church or whatever, but again, they worked it out how they could do this thing. So yeah, I'm just not comfortable personally with potentially again, what's regarded as one of the most holy works on the planet, again, being rewritten by a person of that character, let's say, right? That too, he had a huge problem with women, and you see what I'm trying to say. So, and again, I'm not, I still, I would still read and use the modern day Bible. There's, like I said, there's still a wealth and plethora of, again, positive things that can guide you through this life in like a very powerful way. But I can't take that off the table. Like I was saying to, we were in here the other day, and I can't remember if it was Trevor, whoever, and I was trying to tell them, I'm like, I'm not going against what you're saying, but you lack historical context with everything that you say. So it can't all be right. I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm saying I'm willing to apply historical context at least. But the true divine reigns true, and yeah, you can't stop the divine. Again, the divine, remember, the devil was cast down to the earth. God is controlling the entire universe, and potentially there are more and more divines that control, again, this entire cosmic foam. It could just be being overseen by, like, again, some very supremely high energies that we can't even begin to fathom with our very simple minds. So I'm not really worried. Father, mother, and son. I agree. But yeah, I agree. Yeah, father. Yeah, I know. But then, they come that welfare, and then there they go, breaking up the family. You see what I'm saying? The way we live, the matrix. Then they do that. So yeah, it is that. But then, they take away, they take away, they separate religion and state, or state and church, and then they break up the family. Then it's not about mother and child. It's about single mothers, and deadbeat dads, and wayward children, and gangs, and look where we are in the world now. And they want to say it's the people, but it's impossible if there's leadership. That's what kills me about this whole scenario with this whole entire world. Like, you've always got to do something to the people. They like, we're being led. There's leadership. These are leaders. We have world leaders. We're going where you tell us. If things are bad, it's your fault. You can't drive me here and then be like, what did I do? I paid for the gas, like you said. I rented the car. You're taking us on this trip. So that part is always left out of the equation. Again, there are leaders. That's why I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm rambling. uh, yeah, more than likely, yes. Again, what else were they gonna do? They came over here on the boats. They defied the church. They hurt all those people that were here. Took all their things from them. Like, what else were they gonna do? They had to say, yeah, divide the people, separate, because again, we got to amass a lot of power here and pass it on to our lineage and our generations and keep this thing going. So, we got to keep the people. Yeah, if that's what you're saying, yeah, I totally agree with you. But again, we're being led into these places. That's why, again, I don't be so hard on yourself, huh? Don't be so hard on yourself out there. Remember, a lot of the things we're forced into doing. Sometimes if you want to be a good person, you can't. The rules do not dictate. And then what are you supposed to do? Yes, power in the massive numbers, but we have to believe that. And in order for that to work, we have to get onto the Earth's timeline. We have to stop going to sleep and waking up and thinking that it's Monday, and when I go to sleep and I wake up, it's going to be Tuesday. And we got to get in the Earth timeline. It'd be an extra. I can't. It's not something I can even describe in fully right here. But again, we'd have a lot to get ourselves together with. Yeah, we'd have a lot to get ourselves together with. I believe that we could all do it, but again, if I don't know if you guys looked up Nepal, they did it. Right? It's got to be like a hive mind, like the ultimate psychic wave hitting us all, and it's like we're all doing the things, and then the day after we do the things, we have to go to the people and be like, look, if you stole anything, or you got to give it back, it doesn't belong. Like, again, we've got to govern ourselves, and like it could work. People are there doing it. So, yeah, we do. We have to choose truth, love, but we've also got to choose that again for ourselves, and like for the lands that we live in and our family. Like, We're willing to tolerate too much corruption. And anyway, anytime we try to go up there and protest or so, these people are quick to call the police on us and like and get us hurt and lock up a bunch of people. And up here they got in trouble for freezing bank accounts and like all kinds of crazy things. They always want to attack the people back. So that's where the real fear is for the people. Like again, we don't like the pain. We don't want to feel pain. And they know that, so they're gonna give us pain until we just go back, go away, stop protesting or stop doing whatever, stop going against whatever we're doing. Again, they know that they have a higher threshold for pain than we do. They've accumulated way more resources and different things, and they have a bunch of scapegoats too, and people they can make fall on their swords. As you think you've unmasked the final boss, no, he's just sending out a lackey to fall on his sword, and then everybody lays low, and then the corruption continues in a few years. It's like it's a lot going on. Mind you, still in my divine authority and divine power. None of this is going to stop me from helping, like I said, helping that lady up the stairs with her groceries and then refusing to take her $4 tip after and trying to run away. Nothing's going to stop me. Never. Never. I'm One Piece. I got the will of D. They're going to find me, again, they're going to find me passed out with a smile on my face and be like, what? Nah, I'm gonna go out laughing because again, there's nothing that can shake my energy. I am fully divinely realized, and I'm not turning back. Everyone has a hard time with celibacy. Don't beat yourself up. The fact that you're going in that direction, keep working at it. Again, let's say ultimate celibacy was you becoming a black belt. You still got to go through all the other belts in karate, and that won't be easy. And you might take a couple of hits sometimes, and some classes you'll like more than less than others, but eventually you'll be a black belt. So don't beat yourself up too much. Keep at it. If you know that's what your ultimate goal is, keep at it. Keep at it. I would never tell a friend like it's like if my friend was like, yo, like I want to quit drinking or I'm addicted to drinking, and then they had a little slip up, I would never beat them up for it. I would never, even if it was like a prolonged thing and they came back and they were like, man, I'm slipping up. I would just help them again. I wouldn't, again, your ultimate black belt is when you get your drinking under control or you quit altogether or whatever it is. We're just going to fight till we get to that point. So don't beat yourself up too much about it. Just keep working towards it. Just because people need it, and that can be me. I mean, facts. That's why I'm helping everybody. Again, May Maeve Maiden. Again, happy to help in any way that we can, and it's always much love and God bless. You know the vibes over here. You know the vibes. I'm on standard or stranded. Is so restricted. I don't think he's awakened at all. Keep it tight, all right? It's divine. I like that. But yeah, don't give up. Don't give up. And somebody said that one thought the person is so restricted. I don't think he's awakened at all. Maybe your third eye is swiveling. We went over this today. Maybe if you don't want to completely believe that and give up on a person, maybe again continue to observe with your spiritual eye. Maybe they'll show you something different. But if they don't, I'm gonna have to recommend that you trust your intuition. Again, and free will and discernment at all times. Don't just do what I'm saying because I'm saying it, but maybe observe this person a little more from a distance if you feel like maybe they're not as tapped in as you thought they were. Stranded. From what I can tell you about my personal journey, I feel, but again, that could be that I feel maybe I'm hoping that I'm one of those early arrivals because I feel like that too. Like I'm being held back for no reason, or things that should easily be happening. All of a sudden, there's like it's like a problem. I don't know. But again, I'm not even going to the divine to say, well, what's happening? I'm just good. That's why I was saying the other day where divine's like, why do you look nervous? I'm like, I'm not nervous. I'm not finna come towards you and say, well, why this and why. I guess then if this is the circumstance, we're finna ride it out because I know I already know where I'm going with this, and this is a co-creation. So I don't have anything to be nervous about. And Divine's like, yeah, but you look nervous. So again, just trust in yourself. I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. Yeah, you got to get up. Get back on your feet so you can tear the shit. Exactly. You be going through mad different places like mazes to find your way. And now you know that happy day is not far away. What? You see what I'm saying? Somebody's feeling the vibes. Somebody know the vibes. Yeah, trust your gut. Yeah, you got brain cells in your gut too. Look it up. That's why it's important to maintain a healthy gut, a healthy, yeah, like the healthy bacteria and all. It's very important. And that they say that's why you get those gut feelings, right? That adrenaline rush sometimes around a person that makes you can tell when someone's energy is off and you kind of feel it in here first. It'd be like there's brain cells in your gut too. Crazy. He's not being honest with himself, but I'm wondering if I'm Delulu. No, 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 no. See that no, 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 no. And that person could be a master manipulator. Maybe they put out that energy on purpose. Look at that. They already got you questioning your own reality when you already said to yourself, you know that there's something off about that person. Nah, nah, nah. Ain't no wondering if you're Delulu. Like I said, keep the third eye upon swivel, upon swerve. Just observe that situation. You're probably gonna be like, nah, am I crazy? Like, nah, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm feeling sick right before this conversation. Oh, again, happy to help. Happy. See, maybe that's the thing, right? Because I'm trying to figure out if you touched my robes right now, would I heal you? Or maybe it's just the presence of the collective. I'm not sure. But that's exactly what Jesus said. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like we're close. I feel like we're so close. We definitely all have to be fractals of that great Christ consciousness. We have to be. Someone's saying, right, I was feeling sick before this conversation. See what I'm saying? That's how I know Jesus was onto something. There's ways to heal people with just your presence or your words or your vision or but my one is the I want to walk in and people is like and the cold is going away, they flu symptoms start to fade. You see what I'm saying? Once I have that on lock, yo, you guys, I'm just going everywhere in the world, bro. And just being and just yo, I'm gonna solo this thing crazily. Well, as soon as I figure that one out, I'm telling you. I know this man looks at me like I'm his destiny. Okay, but from what I'm already intuitively feeling, again, this person, I don't know if they're in control of their energy to that degree, but remember how they make you feel. They distort. This person causes a temporary distortion in your reality. So be careful. Be careful. They already make you feel like you're crazy for following your own intuitive logic. So be careful. I don't know if that's a power they know they have over people, or again, it could just be that this person has just a very powerful aura and they're like that. They're very like strong in their convictions of self, and it could be something like that too. But that's what I'm saying. Keep your third eye on swivel with this person. Just observe a little bit more. Maybe they're gonna show you something else that you don't like, and you're gonna say, oh, for sure, no, 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 no. Or you're gonna see and be like, well, it's this and this quality and this quality, but I don't know, this person's still kind of dope. You know, again, gauge it, free will and discernment at all times. I'm putting the energy out there broadly, but you know, make the best decision for you, but make sure you have all the criteria, not only in the physical sense, again, mentally, spiritually, make sure you're seeing all the angles, all the portals, all the timelines that could exist so that you make the best decision for self is what I'm saying. And of course, free will and discernment at all times. You're going to know where to put this energy and where and how to act on it better than I would. Ooh. You healed the headache today in less than a minute. That's what I'm trying to say. I know it's there. I know it has something to do with like praying and like keeping yourself pure and like spending a lot of time with divine, like a lot of time in like meditations with self. Like I don't know, there's something about that because it'd be like Jesus used to be like up all night crying and like the people were like scared for him. They thought he was going through something, but then he'd show up in the morning and be like perfectly fine, like nothing happened. Be like, nah, I'm good. What are you talking about? Yo, come on, man, let's go do the thing. But it's like he'd really be going through it with divine, like the things that he'd be being shown, and like he'd have to be silent and know that only but for sure divine showed him his death on the cross and like things like this. And he was like, and he had to just play out his storyline, like yeah, man, crazy. I'm crazy. I'm crazy in studying this man. I'm telling you, being extremely everything. Guaranteed, a shallow world to be guaranteed, guaranteed. But don't let them shake you. That's what they want. That's what they want. Don't let them change you or flip your energy. Be like, I don't know. Uh, I guess I'm gonna have to drown them all because I can't. Again, I can't be shallow. I can't act like I don't care. Me too. There was someone in my family that was extremely, extremely sick. They almost passed away. And somebody did something like that, like a very religious person. And it was like a thing where I don't know if the person was like, it was like a last resort type of thing. Like that prayer that they put down, it was like they had everyone in there like serious, like, yo, okay, we're gonna do this and the person came out of it and they're actually it's years later and they're doing great. So I totally believe in that too. Prayer and sickness. Like I'm not saying sometimes again, divine has a greater plan. It may be someone's time, but I believe that there's a way to like go to divine and maybe and be like, not now, or this person could still better serve on earth, or like I believe that there's a way to do that. Yes, 100%. Then start with the Nag Hammadi. I'll look it up. Yes, but again, historical context. Scientifically, they're saying that human being, the way our DNA is structured, it's almost certain that our evolution was accelerated at some point using again scientific methods. It wasn't all somebody interfered here. So it's gonna be. It's not that I don't believe. Again, I just have to apply historical context. I know that we came from God. Everything in the again, God created the particles and the spaces in between. Other than that, he didn't really have to do anything. Everything that's coming out of that creation is his creation by just on general principle. I'm not refuting that. But where we're concerned, again, scientifically, that's what it says. Our DNA says that. Somebody made us what we are. And I'm not like again, it's in those CIA papers that they released. They know that. They've been knowing this. And again, with that whole, and then when you tie that into what the Sumerians said, again, the whole thing starts to get crazy, right? And then they never address it because, again, the world is built on a certain framework. Imagine them having to explain to people, and now that was the history that we had to learn in school. They're not doing that. They're not taking this system down. We're gonna have to all pretend that when they sailed the boats over here and built North America, that this is what it was. And that all the people they say are heroes and whatever are the people, and we can't question that. But again, one of their deepest intelligence agencies, well, it's the Central Intelligence Agency. And again, it's written all over the planet that yes, we were more than likely taken from here, tampered with, reasserted, and then the human story begins. And then this thing is at least somewhere beyond 600,000 years ago. Because again, the anatomically correct skeletons that they keep finding everywhere, that keep leading them further and further, further back in time, further compound again these scientific discoveries. So I'm not refuting God or Jesus or anything like that, but again, these are things that are real that we also have to take into consideration. What does that also mean? You see what I'm saying? And no matter what we discover, none of this is beyond the realm of God. Again, this is still all in his divine plan, and this is all working out the way that he has structured the universal clockworks. Because again, he creates the energy, sets it in motion. No matter what comes out of it, he's still responsible for. He still wins. He's still the supreme, right? So, yeah, it's who said that? To spread the light to other people is exactly to spread the light into yourself. Is to spread it, man. There's nothing out there for you. It's all in here. Exactly. I feel like, man, y'all always saying the things to me that you see what I'm saying? The things that are in my head. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, you guys change these conversations. Like, you have no idea how they do things to my reality. Exactly. The quickest way to anything is going within first. The quickest way to anything is you first. You first. Guaranteed. That's what I'm trying to say. Where nothing, it doesn't matter what they do in the world, they're not going to be able to change my energy from being, again, the shining light that I already know I am. So, again, this is the quickest way to change the world. It's not, again, doing what you've already done, collective, becoming the change that you want to see. If we're all that, the world's changed. If we're all out there looking for the change, then we're waiting or for that moment. But no, I already changed myself. I'm already in alignment. I don't need anyone to tell me, or again, I don't need to be consoled at night and have my hair stroked and told that everything's going to be okay and have a hot glass of milk and a story read to me. No, I'll be fine when I get up in the morning. I'll be ready to take on the divine mission once again. Again, huge design flaw. I don't know why couldn't it be like every 3 days? Huge design flaw. Perfect thing. Amazing, marvelous bio, I don't even call it bio machine. Right? We're the most amazing thing. But once a day for about 6 to 8 hours, it's got to shut down. It just goes dead. It just goes dead. You get, and if you turn it back on during that time, the productivity, it won't be able to perform at its optimal level. Okay, so again, phenomenal cosmic power. Itty bitty living space. Like, it's gotta be a downside. Like what we were saying, there's always gotta be some bad with the good, right? Human beings are a marvel of biotechnology, but again, huge design flaw. They've all got to shut down at some point for about 6 to 8 hours. And again, if you don't let them do that, the productivity goes way down real fast, right? All of a sudden, we're losing control of all the robots. I don't know what it was. Did you shut them down last night? Nah, I thought that it could. No, they can't continue on like that. So yeah, but I mean, I don't mind it. I love being a human being, and I love tuning in and out of the matrix, glitching it out and bending reality and warping time. Once you get the hang of it, it's a lot of fun. Me too. Me too. I'm not sleeping. But we all had this in the other day too, right? A lot of people are like, "Yo, I don't know what it is. I'm on a reverse timeline now. I don't know. I don't be trying to stay up, but I'm just not tired at night." And then like even sleeping, I can't get more than like it's almost 6 hours to the T. Like literally counted. If I go to sleep at 1, or it would be like, let's say I go to sleep at 12:21, I'm gonna wake up at 6:21. Like it's getting down to like a direct science now. 6 hours, no more, no less. I'm usually going to bed around that time, 3, 4, trying not to, but me too. I wish I didn't have to sleep. I don't know if I think I've expressed this a lot. But I sleep usually because the world is shut down. Like I'm up while the world is shut down, but after like 4 hours of that, I get bored, so I sleep anyway. But I don't. I would want to sleep like every 2 days or whatever. I don't care what they be like. It's not good for your brain, but I don't know. I just it's boring. Sleeping is boring as f to me. It's boring. I don't know what it is. I find sleeping boring. It used to be different, but now it's just boring. I don't know. I like when my mind is teeming with information and electricity, and I don't know, to lay, like I said, to lay down and shut it all off and then wake up and be like, what was that? And it's like, oh, it was a split second thing. Like I slept 6 hours, but it felt like 30 minutes, an hour tops, right? I don't really dream like that. It's crazy. And that's when I know I have, I only dream when it's important, I guess. I don't dream like that. Or I don't remember my dreams like that. I've been known to sleep for 12 hours. Me too. Sometimes like I'll do like 6 hours, and then like on the ninth day, I'll sleep for like 8 hours or 10 hours. And then again, then it's worse. Then now it's like 4. Like my body's like, now you really don't want to sleep. And it gets weird. It's a weird cycle. Some zombie man, I needs my beauty rest. Well, I feel like I'm doing okay. I'm trying. A lot of the time I'm awake, I spend a lot of time on self care, self love, self preservation. So I think I'll shake out okay. It's a funny feeling. I can only sleep. I feel like that was too much information for the chat. But congratulations to you. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, right? It's a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing. Almost like hearing bees. Oh boy. Sleeping like a baby. Someone's been here for a long time. Oh boy. Okay, you guys. As much as I'd like to continue this on and on forever and ever and ever, we've literally been on live for 5 hours. So again, Natty loves you. Yes, Natty. I was just waiting to see what that last comment was. Okay, Natty loves you, and of course, love yourselves. I feel like you guys are doing great in that department. Again, three-dimensional circumstances will always seem whatever they are. We've got a bunch of free wills and shit trying to bombard on our energy, but you're in a very good energy. You're in alignment. Continue forward. You've got you and Oliver and company are kind of in one energy. You've got somebody that's, again, they've got a lot to accept. They're gonna have to accept it eventually. They may just have a hard time with it. I don't feel like you have to really pay attention to that. Kind of forge your way forward into what you're doing. Whatever this is, it'll make its way into the energy when it needs to so that you can deal with it. But other than that, again, plug it in where the energy fits and definitely pray it up, take this back to the Most High. Don't just be like, aha, I've got all the solutions now. Make sure it works for you in the way that you need it to work or it's supposed to work. And if it doesn't, then just throw the whole thing away. And again, you always have your intuition, free will, discernment. Don't ever give up on yourself. And again, like I think it was Sunshine that said that, again, it's all in here anyway. If Natty's not there and or anything, again, just turn inwards, trust yourself. Your intuition is always trying to tell you, always trying to guide you. So yeah, go collective, go. Let's solo this Matrix thing. Let's get it done. All right. Yes, smooches. I love all you guys. I know we talked a lot about sleep, but try to get some rest. And yeah, Natty will be back on in the next one. I love you guys. I love this discussion. This live was even crazier than the tarot live. I feel like there were so many more intuitive hits in this, even for me. Like this is, I love it. Anyway, I love you guys. Much love, one love, a million love, 1,000. Go out there, be great. And yes, Natty will be back as quickly as he can. Again, I love you guys. I will see you again in the next one.